we got to get into football. You know what we're here for. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, it might have been ATA's ended. Training camp is coming up. We're getting into the groove, but there's still some transactions going on. The off season is still here. Finally, this guy has gotten a job. Baker Mayfield traded to Carolina for a 2024 fifth round pick. Sydney, how are we feeling about this, man?
I think it's a good move for Baker. It's funny, like there's just so many details about this that really crack me up because I love watching the Browns just kind of go up in flames for a
Be the
lot of
Browns.
stuff. So I mean, they only get a fifth for Baker. Not even next year's fifth. A year after that's fifth.
Yeah.
Not only that, they're going to pay half his salary to play in Carolina. Not only that, they play Carolina week 1, so they're going to pay Baker $500,000 to try and beat them week 1.
Wow.
As long as Baker gets a starting job, which I assume he's gonna. I think Baker is super underrated. I mean, he went to a 1-31 Browns team, turned around, took him to the playoffs within 2 years. That's I think worthy of something. He's got to get some credit there. So obviously Sam Darnold couldn't get
that's a Browns move, though. That's a Browns 100%. Move to kind of be like, oh, you finally got us out of the gutter. Now we're getting ready.
Yep.
Like
we're gonna go pay this guy that's probably might not play a whole year. We're gonna pay him a record-breaking contract and then ship you off for a bag of donuts.
Yeah.
Like it's so Browns.
God,
it's just
Browns.
The Browns. But it's going to be a fun little quarterback competition in Carolina now with him, Darnold, and their draft pick, Matt Corral. So that'll be a good little time. I think Baker wins, and it may. I mean, the NFC South, the division the Panthers are in, isn't like. I mean, you got the Bucks, but then the other two teams aren't really. I mean, the Saints are having quarterback questions. Might not have Kamara for a few weeks because of his suspension. Michael Thomas is still. No idea what he's doing. And then the other team, I can't even think of
Falcons.
The Falcons. Yeah. Yes. They're having their own quarterback struggles with Marcus Mariota, a new quarterback, and a Desmond Ridder rookie. So, and obviously we know Calvin Ridley's gone, so it's going to be interesting with that whole division. Really, I mean, the Bucks should win it pretty handedly based on that, but. The Panthers, I mean, Christian McCaffrey stays healthy the whole season, and Baker can return to the form of the playoff team that the Browns had. I mean, they have weapons. DJ Moore's no slouch. Terrace Marshall's good. Robbie Anderson. They got solid receivers. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, and they got a good defense. So I think Carolina could surprise some people. I don't see them winning the division because of the Bucks, but watch out. I mean, the NFC isn't that strong. They could sneak into the playoffs if Baker plays good.
Oh, it could definitely happen because, like you said, I'm not sold on Mariota in Atlanta. You know, we don't know what's going on with Jameis and then Kamara's, off-field issues. You can really make a case that if you get Baker in there and you get a healthy CMC and then that defense, you could really make a case that they could make some kind of run in the season and then get to that wild card playoff. And who knows? We've seen some teams that haven't been the greatest. The Saints teams have swept, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So you split one with Tampa Bay, who even Washington, who was struggling last year, beat Tampa Bay. So if you split one with them, who knows what could happen. But honestly, I think it's funny, weird funny that in the 2018 draft, the number 1 pick and the number 3 pick battling for a position on the same team where there's a young guy in Matt Corral, if healthy, could potentially oust the both of them. I mean, that's where we need to have the hard knocks there. Just follow each one of them, mic them up, and just the conversation and all that stuff.
How funny would it be if the Panthers make the playoffs and the Browns don't?
There it is.
I mean, that would be chef's kiss to the Browns organization. Baker leads the Panthers to the playoffs and the Browns miss the playoffs. That would be so glorious.
The Browns, yeah. And look, and now we know Deshaun Watson has what, 6? Was it 6 games?
No, it hasn't been official yet.
Oh, it hasn't been official
Nothing's
yet?
official as to what the time frame is. There's a lot of speculation on 6 games, which is really ridiculous if you think about it. Because Ben had one allegation back in 2005, and he paid off, or they settled out of court, right? And he got a 6-game suspension for one.
Oh wow.
Deshaun settled out of court on 22.
Yeah.
If you do the math, 6 times 22, he should miss, I don't know, 140 games. But if he gets the same suspension as Ben, I'm just like, I mean, you did the same, literally the same exact thing. Like, it was an allegation that you settled out of court for money. Like, you weren't found guilty. You weren't, like, Ben got 6 games for 1. How are you only going to get 6 for 2? Like, so I know a lot of people are going to be upset if he only gets 6, but I think that's like the main. It's anywhere between 6 and a full season is what I've seen.
Yeah. Wow.
So we'll see. Still waiting.
It's going to be quite interesting, but now they are left with Jacoby Brissett.
Yep.
To the next guy. Yep. So that's who's going to be running that strip. And hey, shout out to Baker. I'm glad you got out of that situation. You don't want to be, the roommate with your ex-lover when they brought in their new lover, and you're just sitting there chilling. You want, you got out of that. So, hopefully you can get going on this next little situation.
Right.
Was there any violence in Ben's?
It was a sexual assault, or it was a sexual misconduct claim, just like it wasn't an assault claim or anything like that. So it was literally the same exact claim.
That's starting to look like 6 to 8 games.
Yeah,
well,
that's what it looks like.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. But that's interesting. We'll stop it right there.
Thanks for watching. If you liked that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.